Vietnam War veterans would inspect our barracks rooms. We were expected to make our beds flawlessly. At the time, it seemed like a ridiculous task for future warriors, but I later understood the wisdom behind it. Making your bed every morning is the first task you complete each day. It gives you a small sense of pride and motivates you to tackle more tasks. By the end of the day, that one completed task will have turned into many. It also teaches you that the little things in life matter, and if you can't do the small things right, you'll never do the big things right. And if you have a rough day, you'll come home to a made bed, which encourages you to believe that tomorrow will be better. In SEAL training, students were split into boat crews. Each crew had 7 students and had to paddle through rough surf for miles down the coast. When the waves crashed, the oars would get stuck unless everyone was rowing in sync. To get the boat to its destination, everyone had to put in the same effort. You can't change the world alone. You'll need help from friends, teammates, and even strangers. To get from where you are to where you want to go, you need people to help you row. After a few weeks of training, our class of 150 men had dropped to just 42. I was in a boat crew with tall guys, but our best crew was made up of 7 smaller guys we called the Munchkin crew, none of whom were taller than 5 feet. This crew included 1 Native American, 1 African American, 1 Polish American, 1 Greek American, 1 Italian American, and 2 kids from the Midwest. Despite being made fun of by the other crews, these men from different backgrounds always finished first in swims and runs. SEAL training was a great equalizer. All that mattered was your will to succeed. Your race, education, or social status didn't matter. If you want to change the world, judge a person by their heart, not by their physical characteristics. During training, we had extremely thorough uniform inspections. No matter how much effort you put into making your uniform perfect, the instructors would always find something wrong. If you failed, you had to run in your full uniform into the waves until you were soaked and covered in sand, a sugar cookie. You had to stay in that cold, wet, sandy uniform for the rest of the day. A lot of students couldn't accept the fact that their efforts were pointless and they would always fail this inspection. They didn't understand that sometimes, no matter how well you perform, you'll still end up as a sugar cookie. Life isn't always fair. If you want to change the world, you have to move past being a sugar cookie and keep pushing forward. Training included many difficult physical events with set time limits. If you failed to meet the time, your name would be put on a list and you would be invited to the circus, an extra 2 hours of tough workouts. Everyone wanted to avoid the circus, as it meant more exhaustion and a higher chance of failing the next day. However, something interesting happened to the students who consistently made the list. The extra 2 hours of workouts made them stronger and more resilient. Life is full of obstacles, and you will fail. It will hurt and be frustrating, but if you want to change the world, don't be afraid of obstacles. The obstacle course had 25 challenges, but the toughest one was the slip for life. You had to climb a 30-foot tower, grab a 200-foot rope, and pull yourself to the other side. The course record had been in place since 1977. One day, a student decided to go headfirst down the rope instead of pulling himself across. It was a risky and foolish-looking move, but he quickly slid down the rope and broke the record. He showed that if you want to change the world, sometimes you have to take a risk and go headfirst over the obstacles. During land warfare training, we were airlifted to San Clemente Island, a hotspot for large white sharks. The training involved long swims, including a night swim. Before the swim, the trainers told us that if a shark tracks you, you should stand your ground, not swim away, and not panic. They said if a shark decides to attack, you have to summon all your strength and punch it in the nose. There are a lot of sharks in the world, and if you want to keep swimming, you'll have to deal with them. If you want to change the world, you can't back down from sharks. One of our jobs as SEALs is to conduct underwater attacks on enemy ships. The mission involves swimming over 2 miles underwater with a depth gauge and compass to reach the target. As you get closer to the ship, it becomes pitch black, and the noise from the engines is deafening. The darkest spot on the entire ship is the keel, the target for the mission. This is the moment when you are most likely to get disoriented and fail. Every SEAL knows that in this darkest moment, you have to stay calm, call on all your skills, and use all your inner strength. If you want to change the world, you have to be at your best in the toughest moments. Hell Week is 6 days of constant physical and mental challenges with no sleep. During one of the most difficult challenges in the mudflats, we were all buried up to our necks in freezing cold mud. The trainer said we could get out if just 5 guys quit. Many students were on the verge of giving up, with 8 hours left until sunrise. Then one voice started singing, badly and out of tune, but with a lot of enthusiasm. Soon everyone in the group was singing. The mud felt a little warmer, the wind calmed down, and dawn wasn't too far away. One person can change the world by giving people hope. If you find yourself in a hopeless situation, start singing. During SEAL